So what is Beautycounter and why do I love it so much? Well, Beautycounter is a relatively new business, started about 3 years ago, but they're more than just a business. They're actually a movement. They're trying to instill change in our government to change the legislation on the governance of beauty products in the personal care industry. The last time that a law was actually passed in the United States governing personal care products was in 1938. And since World War II, there's been over 80,000 chemicals introduced to the beauty product world, and nearly 80% of them have not been tested for human safety. And I find that to be extremely scary. So the founder of Beautycounter, Greg Renfrew, she was actually a really successful entrepreneur in New York City. She helped stand up a lot of businesses, the last of which I believe was Jessica Alba's clothing line. Anyway, so her and her husband relocated out to California, and she actually watched a documentary, An Inconvenient Truth by Al Gore. It's about global warming and environmental toxins and stuff like that, and it really changed the way that she was looking at pretty much everything. So she decided to go through her bathroom and her cleaning products, and she found all of these chemicals that were in all the products that she was using on her and her family, and she cleaned everything out of her cabinets. So most people like you and me can't actually clean out their whole house. But like I said, she was a successful entrepreneur and she could afford to do that. So she decided to switch to like more natural and organic way of living, and she started using products that were deemed safe. The problem that she found was that a lot of the safe products weren't very effective. And that seems to be the problem that we see is if something is safe, then it doesn't work that well. And if it performs really well, then it's not safe. So she decided that she was going to start her own company. She was already familiar with how to stand up a company, so that's what she did. She decided to start Beautycounter about 3 years ago, and she hasn't looked back. So Beautycounter actually manufactures and distributes through direct personal sales personal care products for the whole family. They have skincare and body care. There's a baby line. There is a kids line. They have cosmetics. They're working on a men's line and they're working on a teens line. And they're also working on a deodorant that everybody is patiently or impatiently waiting for. More of the inpatient waiting for. Yeah, so I mean, they have a little bit of everything for your whole family. It's all safe. I've done my research. I was never like a skincare type of person. Makeup, yeah, but skincare, no. Um, which sounds horrible. But so I had to actually do some research when I first started with Beautycounter because I was like, how am I supposed to sell this stuff if I don't know much about it? So I've done a lot of research. I've pulled in a lot of my nursing research. Our products are similar to those of like Sephora, like high-end beauty products, skincare products. Similar in the price range, very high performing, high functioning. You don't need very much of each of the product that you're using, and it's extremely safe. Beautycounter, so the European Union has one of the strictest safety standards, and they have banned close to 1,400 chemicals from being used in their beauty products. The United States, to date, has only banned 11. So Beautycounter really upped their standards and have banned over 1,500 chemicals that they choose to never use. And that is what it comprises their never list. So I post their never list quite frequently, and I usually tell people to just keep it in their wallet, check your products at home, make sure that you are not using anything that's deemed unsafe. The never list, the one that's on the little card, are like the top ingredients that you would see on a lot of your personal care products, and those are the ones that are deemed the most unsafe for you. A lot of cancer-causing chemicals, a lot of endocrine disrupting, reproductive toxicity, just overall bad for you. And I don't fault anybody for not knowing this stuff. I mean, I didn't know this stuff 5 months ago, and I feel like it's completely changed my life. Um, the the more I get into Beautycounter and the more I expand, the more I learn, and I love learning about this stuff. It's absolutely amazing to me that our government has regulations for pretty much everything, but yet they haven't actually passed a law governing the use of chemicals and the use of personal care products since 1938. I find that disgusting. There's so many things now that are in, I mean, they tell us what they can put in food. Why can't they tell us what they put on our bodies? I don't, I just don't understand. So I've become really passionate about Beautycounter, and I'm actually succeeding a lot easier, or a lot, okay, I'm messing it up. I never thought that I would succeed in this business because it's a personal care business. I have no sales experience. I have no recruiting experience. I have no direct sales experience whatsoever. Um, but that's actually a good thing. They don't want salesmen because that's not what we're doing. Yes, we're selling something, but our main goal is to pass on education because most people don't know this stuff. So that's what I do. I research and I give out a lot of information, and I go and I talk to groups. I talk to women. I talk to pretty much anybody who will listen to me. I talk to my dog quite frequently, practicing all the stuff that I want to say. Um, and I just talk and I tell them, and people learn and they take this information and they can use it for themselves, for their families, as long as they use it, as long as they remember what I say. I don't care if you buy from Beautycounter. I want you to be an educated consumer. I want you to take the never list and go through your stuff at home. Keep it in your wallet. Take it shopping with you. When you're looking for products, whether it's Beautycounter or not, just go through the back of the product and see if there's anything in it that's unsafe. Caveat to that, the FDA does not require manufacturers to disclose 100% of their information. So even if you're checking the back of your product, it might not say that one of those bad ingredients is in there because it doesn't have to, which is a really scary thought. And another reason why I love Beautycounter is that they pride themselves on transparency. They disclose 100% of their information, 100% of their ingredients on the website. And they care more about people and safety than the bottom dollar. We actually had an issue maybe a couple months ago now where they do testing before, during, and after making their products. And they thought that they had one of their never list ingredients in one of their finished products. So they immediately pulled it off the shelves, sent all the consultants emails saying, hey, this cleanser is taken off the shelves because we found a harmful ingredient in it. It turned out that they didn't. It was a false positive. But still, that just goes to show you that they're more concerned with safety and transparency and being honest with, the consultants and the consumers, and putting that first. And that actually is part of their transparency that they strive to have by being a certified B corporation. So by being a certified B corporation, they solve social and environmental problems through business. Beautycounter also partners with the Environmental Working Group, the Breast Cancer Foundation, and Healthy Children, Healthy World. Overall, such an amazing company, and anyone can do this job, I'm telling you. You don't need experience. It's actually better not to have experience because they train you on everything that you need to know in the way that you need to know it. The founders that started this had, I think they said they had 9 products to work with after the first 2 weeks of even being consultants. For the first 2 weeks, they had nothing to sell. They had no products to sell. If they could do it and they are now millionaires, we can do it too. This is just something to think about. If you have any questions and you want to join my team, let me know. That's the reason that I took the job. You can too. Take the job. Be on my team.